Alright, so now we need to determine the mass of the planet. We can do this. So we know we have a satellite in orbit, which means we have a centripetal force equal to our gravitational force. So big G equals mass of the planet times the mass of the satellite over the distance between them squared. And that's the distance between the centers of both those objects. Centripetal force is the mass of the satellite times velocity squared over the distance to like the center of the circle. So one of those cancels out. The mass of the satellite cancels out, and we're solving for the mass of the planet. So I'm going to say d times v squared divided by big G. So we need to figure out this distance. If you didn't watch the last video, this is how you do that. We've got our planet. There's some radius of planet. And there's some additional height above the surface that the satellite is like orbiting around. The radius, we need to take this diameter and divide it by 2 to get 1.6 times 10 to the 6 meters. And then this height above the surface, that they give it to you in kilometers, so we need to add 3 zeros to make it meters. So it's 4,800,000 meters. So the distance, we have to do 4,800,000 plus, I didn't mean to close that parentheses, plus the radius of the planet. Technically also the radius of the satellite, but it's really small compared to both these other numbers, so we're going to ignore that. The velocity is 6.5 times 10 to the third, and big G is 6.67 times 10 to the negative 11. If you are not using the E button on your calculator to type these exponents, go ahead and try it. Humor me. Go ahead and try it. On their calculator, it's like second, comma. It's the button above the 7. So you would type in like 1.6 second, comma, 6. E is calculator speak for times 10 to the. You skip a lot of buttons and you don't have as many order of operations issues. So if you're getting frustrated and you're like, I am plugging this thing incorrectly, I don't know why my calculator's not giving me the right answer, it might be doing something silly with order of operations. So you can either do a lot more parentheses or put this in as like more discrete steps and like store them in your calculator as different variables and like pull them out as needed, or use the E button. Lots of options. Okay, so if we do 1.6 E6 plus 4,800,000 times 6.5 E3 divided by 6.7 E negative 11, you get the wrong answer. I did it again. Oh, you gotta square your velocity times 6.5 E3 again. So I got 4.05 times 10 to the 24th kilograms. Yeah, that's the way.